Hey guys, just wanted to show you for a minute one of the many problems. We have a double door here and our soil in Mississippi shifts up and down all the time. So as you can see here on the active door, we have a huge gap where it's dropped and or this other side is wedged up. So what's happening is when you go to turn the key, it won't pull the bolt back. And if you look in here very carefully, let's see if I can show you there. There. Now I know it's hard to see, but basically what's happening is the bolt is wedged. See, there's the top of the hole. And if you come underneath and look, the bolt is actually just wedged on that metal strike plate. So I have to lift this door or push this door down to fix that. So let's go outside. So I'm outside now. The reason I came outside was because I'm going to have to wedge the door. And the outside and the inside has a metal strip that makes it real hard to get up under the door. So I can't get this very much further under there. And normally I can take an air wedge and we might be able to do this, which these are used for cars mainly. I'm not thinking we're gonna get in it. Now it pops it right out. Alright, so basically I'm going to get this underneath the door and then lift up and turn the key at the same time. So let's see if that released enough tension on the key. Does not feel like it. Alright, so I'm going to put this down. I'm going to lift and turn the key at the same time. So here. Basically, I just needed to get it open that one time. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to unscrew the deadbolt from the inside. And yep, that's what I have to do. Alright, hold on. Okay, I'm going to assume that's a decent position. So I'll unscrew the deadbolt from the inside. And just to make sure the latch isn't broken, but being able to use a screwdriver, you can much more easily turn it than with the key. So that unlocks us. And get our thing out over here. Yeah, that door's dropped quite a bit. So anyway, since that drawer's dropped so much, not a whole lot we can do. We can tighten the hinges. They're probably going to need a carpenter to reset the door. But basically I'm just going to have to move these strike plates, move these down, because the latch is not broken. It simply was jammed on that strike plate. So hold on just a sec. Actually, let's do this. Can you see? You can see. Let's go over here. Can you see over here? Got that wall. Let's check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and get all the stuff that I need to do this out. Pause. Okay, so you should be able to see can zoom in a little bit. You can see what I'm doing here. Put the deadbolt back on. Grab the tools I was using. Make sure I just didn't mess up the camera angle. Alright. Go ahead and put the deadbolt on real quick since we know there's nothing wrong with it. This is a very, very common problem that I have to fix during this time of the year. Typically 4 to 8 doors a day on different houses. And it's all because of our ground shift. Gets a little bit better after February. February through about August, it's pretty stable most of the time, and then it kicks back up in August and starts shifting every which way again. August through like January, late January is the periods of time where I'm doing this a lot more than normal. I've been tracking it for about 5 or 6 years. Alright, deadbolt's working. So when we go, we can see, you can't see from that angle, but the door literally is dragging on it. So we got it closed. Looking at it, it is down. The deadbolt's down at least 3/32 of an inch. So I need to move that plate hole, the whole plate down. On both of them about 1/2 an inch. And it already has been moved down 1/2 an inch. Looks like. So we're going to go another 1/2 inch, and eventually, I believe this house is for sale, but the new owners will, obviously if they want to use this door, they're going to have to get it rehung. So what I'm doing here, I'm marking down about 1/2 inch on each side with my freshly sharpened chisel. Alright. Let's go a little bit more. Alright. I'm pretty much just eyeballing this simply because I read the how-to book this morning. What I was reading when I woke up was how to fix this problem. Okay. Let's go ahead and knock that down about the same amount because it was not catching either. Gotta watch that strip. Okay. Now we are fully 3/4 of an inch down from the original. And remembering this is a French wood, old wood French door. And there's only so much that can be done as far as reinforcement. Check your top pivots and bottom pivots, and this is one of my kind of a long-term customer. I've been here. I'm the one that moved this originally. And I've already kind of boosted the upper and lower bolts just as good as possible. You know, again, given that it's an old door, an old I'm not instructed to fix any of these handles. I know it drives you crazy, but I am here so that this door opens and closes again. On T-strikes, you can lower that, but you also have to lower the T part, or the flag that sticks out. So you got to grab them like that and lower it just as much, which was about, I'd say a quarter inch. Alright. So there we go. We are going to grab a starter bit here. A little bit big to be a starter bit, but again, I'm not going to actually pilot with this. I'm just going to start it for two reasons. Let me put this plate back on. They really are going to need to do something about this strike plate. In fact, see, it's been ground several times already. So, camera, sorry about that. Go ahead and dig up a new plate. Reset the camera. And again, I'm not going to use a security strike on this door because literally there's almost no point in it. The door is just going to split and crack apart. Ideally, they would put bar doors up over this, or ideally they would do something else in addition to securing it. Again, my job here today for the person selling the house, or the realtor, is just have this door so that it can be opened and let people see it. Okay, so here's one of the problems. The more you drop this, basically right now I'm hitting the top edge of the hole. So I'm going to have to do this to stabilize it. Go ahead and run this screw in my starter hole. The reason I did the bottom one first is, again, because it's at the top edge of that hole. So when I'm going to try to put this in, it's going to try to pop down into that hole. So when I'm doing that, I'm kind of keeping downward pressure to keep that screw going in straight. Higher torque. Backing that out. Going to grab another 3-inch. Hope I don't mess the camera up. Put the 3-inch back in where that short one was. Going to zip those 1 5/8 in here. Which is just the doorknob that doesn't have a lock on it. It's just a old Baldwin style. passage. Alright. Make sure we're all flush there. Get your handy dandy little broom to get all the debris up, or as much of it as you can. Usually I check the door first. I probably should have done that to make sure it's actually in line. That is simply wood. There's no plastic or anything in it, so it can go out into the garden, so that it can be returned to nature, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so let's give it a try. Okay, touch in, and we push on it. We see it's not really locking real well. We're going to check out why. And that's because of the wood that's on the inside. Actually, it passes the plate, but misses the wood. So that wood needs to be routed out, which I have a router from my drill here just for that. And that's getting rid of that wood. Nicking that brass with that, so I smooth it off. So that should clear that wood away. Gonna kick it closed, and look at that, we have it locking. So the last thing I do, and I didn't bring it in with me, is my lubricant. I'm going to take that lock back apart and spray the inside, because that bolt is a little gooey. But other than that, catches and locks. Oops. Catches and locks. Peace.